This is the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9.
From an overcast Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Jack Hillgrove, Tony Filberto with you this evening, getting you set for Steubenville Big Red, 2-0 on the young season, taking on Youngstown Cardinal Mooney, 0-2, but we talked about it ad nauseum in the pregame. Not a reflection of how good this Mooney football program is. They've got the toughest schedule in all of Ohio Division IV, according to Drew Pastor's Fantastic 50. Another interesting note, Tony, about this Youngstown Cardinal Mooney squad. They had not had a winning season since 2017, but a 4-4 playoff record in that time. Translation, the schedule's tough. They win enough games to get in, and when they get there, they're always a threat.
Well, and that's what I like about playing a tough schedule, and that's another thing I like about the Ohio playoff format, that you challenge the schedule, you get yourself ready for playoffs. You don't schedule yourself into the playoffs. You play your way into the playoffs.
Here's our Fox 9 keys to victory. First, for Steubenville Big Red, be good tacklers. They've got a tough running back, Mooney does, and Ike Lake, and combat the quick Mooney defensive line. Rocco Gentile, Dom Letlow, Kawan Dean, and Walker Jones. Reno Suckoch called them quick. They've got to combat that. And on the flip side, for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney and head coach Carl Pelini, they've got to put together long drives and stop that Big Red rushing attack, as is typical, Tony, of a Big Red squad. 3 very talented running backs that all have different styles and can throw a lot of different running techniques at you.
I talked to Coach Suckosh before the game. He said the key to them the last couple of weeks coming behind is because they've used so many people. He's going to use all 3 backs. He's going to situation play them. He's going to make you defend that run. But we got to remember they're very capable of throwing the football vertical and the outlet passes.
Our Roto-Rooter Steubenville coaches matchup, we showed it to you in pregame. We'll show it to you again as Carl Pelini and the Youngstown Cardinal Mooney Cardinals take the field. Pelini in his 5th season back at his alma mater. Defensive coordinator at Youngstown, stayed under his brother Bo for several years from 2015 to 17, and then again in 2019. Pelini with a lot of Division I coaching experience as well. Former head coach at Florida Atlantic University. It all got started for him as a GA under Bill Snyder, the legendary coach at Kansas State. Former high school head coach as well at Austintown Fitch from 2000 to 2002. And of course, everybody in the Ohio Valley knows the guy on the left part of the screen, Reno Suckoch, in his 42nd season, the all-time winningest coach in the state of Ohio and National High School Football Hall of Famer this summer. He's just the best that there is when it comes to coaching football in the state of Ohio.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you there. And his approach is so right. You make everybody a part of the program. Everybody's important to the program. I'm going to utilize a lot of different kids in a lot of different ways, and he's proven he's done it the right way.
That's our Roto-Rooter Steubenville coaches matchup. Mooney on the field. Big Red will take the field momentarily. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's kickoff time right here on Fox 9 and live across the WTOV 9 digital platforms. Happy to be with you. Let's get it going. Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals next.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine, Laborers, Local 809, The Health Plan, WMC, and Interstate Waste Services.
All right, and we're ready to go. Steubenville Big Red on the field in their white jerseys, their white pants with red and black stripes, the jerseys with the red and black stripe across the shoulder, up the top of the shoulder. The numerals in red, trimmed in black, and of course the helmets, white face masks, red domes with the white S, as you see, as number 41 Cole Bowers warms up and gets ready to go in this one. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney on the opposite sideline, maroon pants, maroon jerseys with gold numerals and white trim, and the helmets for Mooney white with that cardinal on the side of the lid. Those are the teams tonight as we'll look at them. And as you guys get set to embark on this journey with us, if you're watching on Fox 9 at home, happy to be alongside with you, or if you're watching across the WTOV 9 digital platforms on Facebook, and, of course, our website as well. We're happy to have you alongside. This is a matchup, Tony, that I was anxious to be a part of. Number one, because it's Steubenville Big Red, and number two, because it's away from home. So maybe not a lot of people making the trek up north. More eyes, more ears on our broadcast.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people watching this one. What a great night of football. Two great football teams, experienced coaches, teams that are always contenders at tournament time. So we should have a good one tonight.
We should. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney 0-2, but again, not reflective of how good this program is. They've got the toughest schedule in all of Ohio Division IV. There's the quarterback, Aiden Davis for Steubenville Big Red, back at Big Red after his first 3 years of varsity action in basketball and football at Wheeling Park High School. He is off to a fantastic start to his senior campaign, 25 for 34 through the air, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 374 passing yards. Also the second leading rusher on this team, 23 carries, 110 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. It's always nice when you got a quarterback that can do both.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, his numbers last year, Wheeling Park, the impressive numbers is he threw so few interceptions. He makes the right decision. If nothing is down open in the field, he knows the vertical. He knows where the outlet or the outlets are, the swings are. Does a great job at his position of quarterback.
And Aiden's brother Javon, the starting quarterback on Steubenville Big Red, the last time they were state champions back in 2017. Javon wrapping up his collegiate career at Wheeling University as well. It's in the family. His father, Jose, a very, very good quarterback at Bel Air High School back in the day, a part of a state semifinalist squad and a state runner-up, I should say, at Bel Air in the 90s. And Aiden, getting ready to embark on a basketball journey at West Liberty University, announced his commitment there this summer. Cole Bowers has the ball on the tee on the 42 our left, and Mooney will take the Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff in a moment. Flag flies from the near sideline. It's a procedure call against the Big Reds, so they'll back them up 5 yards and do another Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff from the actual X on the field, the college X at the 35.
Nice kick to the end zone. He's been a kicker for a couple of years, has a good strong leg, and put the ball in the end zone. But we did have a guy cross the line a little bit early.
Cole trains with our own Bill Phillips, director Ian Phillips at the Phillips Kicking Academy. Bill, of course, usually on the call for these Big Red matchups, but he and the Nacho Man Don Sloan live right now for Sports Friday on the go. Watch it across our WTOV 9 digital platforms as well. It's a very new adventure that we're very passionate about as well. All right, take two on the Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff. Bowers, a big leg back to the 5-yard line. That's where Mooney will take it. And with the football, Carlos Gomez, the ever-dangerous Gomez, and there he goes, 40, 45, 50. And Cole Bowers making the stop deep into Big Red territory. Carlos Gomez, leading receiver on this Mooney squad. It's a matchup that we'll be keeping our eyes on all night, but Gomez making it happen in the kick return game. We'll see it on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
Yeah, he got perimeter on Big Red, and it looks like he was going to take it all the way. And Jameer Fulks had a bit of an angle on him. You'll see him run him down here. That's great speed. There could have been a block in the back there, possibly.
So the ball at the Big Red 25-yard line. Big time kick return, 70 yards. Carlos Gomez. Quarterback Keith Rhodes, a 6'3", 190-pound senior under center, tossed near side to Lake. And Lake tries to bounce it outside. He does at the 20, where he's brought down on the play by a couple of Big Red tacklers, Chandler Hoffman and Brody Suckoff. Chardee Felice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week on the First Choice America first down. Let's take a look at that Big Red defense. Suckoff, the strong safety. Trayvon Wiggins, the starting free safety. Will Taylor and Jameer Fulks, the corners. Minifield, Crozier, and Hopkins, the linebacking core, along with Ja'Kai Lucius Muntz. And for the defensive front, it's Noah West, Effie Kelly, and Chandler Hoffman. That is the McAdoo's towing and crane service defense for Steubenville Big Red. Gain of 5 down to the 20 for Lake. Second down and 5 now for the Cardinals in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Jet action near side to Gomez, and Gomez is wrapped up again by Hoffman, and as well as Ryan Bice, the junior. And he'll bring up third down. Here's the offensive starting lineup presented by McAdoo Towing and Crane by Cardinal Mooney. Rhodes in there with Ike Lake, Brady Desmond, the fullback. Gomez and Stevens, the receivers, with Rocco Gentile, the tight end, and then Simpson, Hurd, Smith, Strong, and Dubose, the offensive line from left to right for Mooney. Gain of 1, 3rd down and 4 to the 19. Another give straight away, and the Big Red defensive line all over it. Bice and number 11, Landon Crozier, the 3rd leading tackler for Big Red. And it'll bring up a 4th down for the Cardinals.
Big Red needed something happening. We'll see in the replay. Great stunt. Had the lineman turning in, turning out, and both backers run free right through the hole.
Crozier, the first man to him, his 15th tackle of the season, also owns an interception in 2024. Loss of 2, back to the 21, 4th down and 6. Mooney will go for it. Blake next to Rhodes to his left. Bunch formation to the left. They're going to roll it that way. 4th down and 6. Rhodes will throw it near the end zone. He's got Gomez. Touchdown on 4th and 6. Carlos Gomez coming down with a touchdown just behind that Big Red secondary, and the home team strikes first.
Yeah, it's 4th down, and everybody's expecting them to get to the sticks. They were in a 2-level flood. The deep guy in the corner of the end zone got open, made a nice catch, nice throw.
A 4th down opportunity for Big Red to get off the field, and Gomez, the 6', 180-pound senior receiver, been a contributor for this Mooney club for several years now, just gets behind that Big Red secondary for a Laborers Local 809 touchdown. As Gomez will now hold on the extra point attempts by Chris Colati, the sophomore. A 4-play, 25-yard drive that took just over 2 minutes off the clock, as Colati's extra point is a low one, but it's up and through. We'll take a break. Cardinal Mooney strikes first, 7-0 on the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back. A 4-play, 25-yard drive capped off by Carlos Gomez, a 21-yard touchdown strike from Keith Rhodes to make it a 7-0 ball game. A 4th down and 6, Tony, a chance for Big Red to get off the field, but Gomez behind Suckoch and Fulks for the touchdown reception.
Yep. Playing a little man-to-man coverage there with some safety free. Just got open.
An Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff. We'll see Big Red's offense for the first time today. A pair of Big Red returners back, and another procedure call against, this time it looks like Cardinal Mooney. Bryant and Crozier, the return men, back deep for the Big Red. And just like the first kickoff of the game against the kicking team, now if Big Red really wants to replicate it, they'll get a big return, just like Mooney did. And that's really what started the whole momentum, the whole push for Mooney to get into the end zone to start the ball game.
It did. The 70-yard return down to the 25. Great field position. 4 plays later, they're in the end zone.
And those 7 points double the point total for Mooney this season. They were blanked in the opener against Lake Catholic 14-0, and then fell last week to Villa Angela St. Joseph 38-7. Mooney 0-2, Big Red 2-0, a pair of one-possession winners in weeks 1 and 2 respectively over Cincinnati McNicholas 18-16 in week 1, and then New Philadelphia a 27-21 winner last week. From the 35, Claudi's kick is towards the far side at the 20. At the numbers, that's where Juice Bryant will take it. At the 30, 35, and Bryant trying to muscle his way for extra yardage, and he does. Juice Bryant, the 5'8", 180-pound junior, the 3rd leading rusher for Big Red this season, takes the kickoff back across the 30, and that's where Aiden Davis and this Big Red offense will go to work.
Absolutely. It's good field position for Big Red. Mooney is short kicking it. I think they were afraid of the return speed of Big Red. The team comes down under 35-yard line, 37-yard line.
Senior quarterback Aiden Davis under center. The fullback Kylie Hopkins, the tailback Jalen Minifield. 1st down and 10 at their own 32. Man in motion. Minifield gets the call on 1st and 10, and the Mooney defensive line, which Reno Suckoch spoke very highly of coming into this game, all over Minifield on 1st down. Gentile, Letlow, Dean, and Jones, that Denacious, McAdoo's, Towing and Crane defensive line. The linebackers, Zabel, Lyons, Riley for the Mooney Cardinals, and then it's Clark, Powell, Mahone, and Desmond in that Mooney secondary. Again, the starting lineups tonight presented by McAdoo's, Towing and Crane. Gain of 1 for Minifield up to the 33 to make it 2nd down and 9. Manyfield, the leading rusher, 30 carries, 165 yards, and a score coming in. Davis in the gun this time. They'll hand it to Manyfield out of the shotgun, and he's brought down by the feet. Good job there by Dom Letlow, the 6'3 sophomore for Mooney, to bring down Manyfield in the backfield. 3rd and long for this Davis offense, for this Davis-led offense. Manyfield, Hopkins with Wiggins and Suckoch at receiver. Nolan Blackburn, the starting tight end. And then Effie Kelly, Ben Berge, Miles Cooper, Antonio Palmer, and Chandler Hoffman, the starting lineup for Big Red up front. Again, the starting lineups tonight presented by McAdoo's Towing and Crane. 2-by-2 for Big Red on a loss of 2 on the 2nd and down to make it 3rd down and 11 back at the 20 or the 31-yard line. Davis will throw, and now he'll run, and he's brought down by the ankles this time by number 6, Rocco Gentile. Almost was able to get out of there, but Davis is tackled, and Big Red will punt to start this ball game.
Run quarterback draw, run 4 verticals, get the defense opening up, and good call, a good run. Just got tackled with 1 more step, and he's in open field.
Gain 2 up to the 33, 4th down and 9 for Hayden Hicks, who will punt it away for the Big Red, his 3rd of the season. Both for punts for 40 yards apiece. He's got 80 yards of worth of punting this season. And Hicks lets this one go, and it's a good one back at the 20. Gomez takes it back near the 15, and he squeaks through 1 defender, comes near side to the 25. Flag flies at the 30 after a missed tackle, and Gomez slips and falls in front of Nolan Blackburn near the 38-yard line, but a flag coming back at the 31-yard line to our left. Something tells me this one might be coming back. And it will.
Looks like we got a hold.
So look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay. Big Red 3 and out to start the ball game. In there to make the tackle there on Manyfield, the first one of the game for Cardinal Mooney. Rocco Zabel, the outside linebacker. It's a good defense for Cardinal Mooney. Good defensive line. We know Suckoch told us about it earlier in the week, and we see Big Red struggling early on offense, going 3 and out. So the penalty, the hold against the Cardinals, will take them back to the 22-yard line with 7:22 remaining in quarter number 1. And Mooney comes out at their own 22 for a First Choice America first down and their 2nd offensive possession of the contest. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Rhodes will throw it far side, and it's intercepted. First play of the game, first play of the drive, and Jalen Manyfield plays takeaway. Big Red, little shot in the arm, could help them out.
Yeah, they needed a little something. It's early, but Mooney comes down, the big kick return, 4th down, they get into the end zone, make a stop. So Big Red needs something, just to get that little spark going. And what happens better than a first play interception?
Manyfield, a tackle for loss and 5 tackles coming into the ballgame. His first interception of the season, and it sets Big Red up at the Mooney 30-yard line. First down and 10. The tailback Bryant after Manyfield made the interception. And Juice gets the play action fake. Davis will throw it far side. Pass caught with the football down at the 20, 15-10, and hit hard at the 10-yard line for Steubenville. Big Red is number 27, Cale Simmons, the backup tight end. And Simmons drives this one into the Weirton Medical Center pink zone. A good play call on first down for the Big Red.
It was play action down inside, got some verticals, and a fullback slip out. Old time play called power pass. Good call, good read, good throw.
Gain of 20 down to the 10-yard line. First down and goal for the Big Red. Simmons from Davis. And Bryant will take the handoff. Juice with a hand in Simmons' back, trying to change direction. But Mooney's defense all over it. Letlow, a name we called a couple of times on their first defensive possession, comes up on the stop. It'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah, tackle to tackle. Mooney looks pretty good right now. They've stopped this Big Red inside run, and that's something that most people have trouble doing. They've done a good job. Of course, Big Red's been able to throw the football with some success.
Loss back to the 16-yard line. for the Big Red, second down and goal. Bryant on the season, 20 carries for 74 yards, a long of 15. Landon Crozier in at tailback for the Big Red, Suckoch at fullback. Davis takes the snap, play action fake, rolls, throws it back near sides, got a man, it's Landon Crozier, incomplete. It hit off his hands, but a good job there by Dennis Clark, the cornerback near side for the PBU. He had Crozier, but Clark just made a good play on the football.
He sure did. I like the throwback across the field. Got single coverage. That's hard to defend. Just runs a circle route out of the backfield. Just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah,
good defense.
He got his hands on it, but good job by Clark there, the junior defensive back for the Cardinals, to knock it away. So incomplete. Third down and goal from the 16-yard line for the Big Red. Davis in empty. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Will throw it left. Pass caught by Crozier this time at the, or not Crozier, that is number 17 for the Steubenville Big Red.
Davis's pass.
And
Complete to number 17.
looks like we don't have a number 17 on the Big Red roster.
Taking down 5.
That is Will Taylor. Thank you, Ian Phillips. Will Taylor, typically number 19 on the Big Red roster, wearing number 17 in white. He makes the reception down to the 12-yard line for a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 4th down and goal situation and a 29-yard field goal for Cole Bowers. Bowers on the season 1 for 1 as long as 21. Suckoch will hold, Fabro will snap. Bowers' kick is up, and it is through the uprights. The lefty Bowers puts Big Red on the board. They trail it 7-3. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a moment right here on the Bordis and Bordis Friday Night Rivals. A 5-play, 30-yard drive. It results in a Cole Bowers 29-yard field goal for the Steubenville Big Red. They lead it, or trail it rather, 7-3. Another look at the Ohio Valley Honda instant replay. That's what started the drive. Jalen Minifield picking off the Cardinals, and then Bowers capping it off with a 29-yard field goal through the uprights. And he will kick it off from his own 40. And taking it far side are the Cardinals. And nope, it'll be a touchback. 7-3 on your WVU Medicine scoreboard. Kingston Powell, number 0, on the return for the Big Red, or for the Cardinals, I should say.
You know, what a great weapon to have in a kicker like Cole Bowers. He kicks the ball to the end zone. He gets you the field goal. It's easy on your defense. You start at the 20-yard line.
Bowers now 2 for 2 on the season. A long now of 29 yards. Caps off a 5-play drive in about 2 minutes. Cardinal Mooney will take over. First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line after the touchback. Rhodes at QB for the Cardinals. Handoff near side, and the Big Red defense all over it. Bice again on Lake. Also Taylor involved in the stop as well. That'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, they run a little crisscross action and, didn't fool anybody in that Big Red front and made a nice play.
Also got to give credit to number 54 for the Big Red, Noah West. First man to him. West, 5 tackles on the season coming in. Loss of 2 back to the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 12. Rhodes has to step up in trouble, evades a couple of guys, but gets met hard again by Bice, Kylie Hopkins, as well as Ben Burgee. A couple of Big Red tacklers involved on the stop there. It brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Good coverage, but now you got a quarterback that's, 6'3", 190 pounds. So, he's a big running back. He puts it down and gets a few yards out of it.
Rhodes, the senior, back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 20-yard line. Rhodes claps, takes the snap, tosses far side, and Lake muscling his way past the 20, up near the 25. But again, Bice and West combine on the stop, and it'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, when you run that quick pitch, that toss, it doesn't happen quick enough to outrun the speed of Big Red's defense. At the perimeter, they had 3-4 tacklers there.
So 3 and out for the Cardinals. Punting for Cardinal Mooney is Brady Desmond. Back to return for the Big Red. Standing at his own 47-yard line is Brody Suckoch. This one end over end. Suckoch will let it bounce and let it bounce some more. Inside the Big Red 40, and it'll roll to about the 37-yard line, and that is where the Cardinals will down it. A good defensive possession, Tony Filiberto, for the Big Red, as you see it on your Ohio Valley Honda
Absolutely. You talked about Noah West coming through, making the first tackle. We got gang tacklers, 2-3 of them. 5 guys at the point of attack right there off the toss sweep on third down.
So Big Red will start at their own 37-yard line, trailing at 7-3 on your Bordas & Bordas scoreboard. First Choice America, 1st and 10 for Big Red and Davis in the gun with Juice Bryant to his left. 2 receivers near side of the field. And Bryant will take it and run it far side. There he goes, 40, 45. Juice Bryant down the far sideline. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. He broke out into the open field. He turned into that second gear, but they're going to mark him out. Enough to move the chains. At the 4, oh, not quite.
They run stretch play to the short side of the field. That forces your back to get upfield. They got perimeter block. Did a nice job.
Big Red quick to the line, gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Play action. Davis rolls it near side, stops, evades one man. He's got to do something with it and holds on to for just a tad too long. Sacked on the play by the Cardinals. Involved on the stop, Walker Jones, the defensive end, Brian Lyons, the inside linebacker. Back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 2, brings up 3rd down and 3.
He made a good decision. There is good coverage down the field. That's why he's thrown very, very few interceptions. He makes the right decisions. He tucks the football and and gets tackled.
Wiggins far side of the field, Suckoch near side. Minifield to the left of Davis. They'll hand it off to Minifield, and he is going to be right at that lead stick, about the 47-yard line. Perhaps enough for it. It looks like they're going to...
No, it looks like it's a 1st down.
Yep, they do move the chains.
It's enough for the Big Red. 1st down, 4 yards on the pickup.
Needed 3, needed the 47, got the 49, up to the 5, or a gain of 5 for Minifield. We'll look at it again on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
Okay. You run into some congestion, a good fight, and got enough for the 1st down.
Back in the eye goes Davis and the Big Red. And on the toss or the sweep near side, there goes Zaire Scurry, and Scurry gets into Mooney territory to about the 48-yard line, so a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it's a nice play. They faked the isolation, the power play down inside, and gave it to the wingback coming around the back end. Brought the linebackers down inside, hoping to get perimeter.
Gain of about 3. Call it second. Actually, they're going to give him 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. There goes Minifield again, but this time he's brought back down behind the line of scrimmage. Dom Letlow, the 6'3 sophomore defensive end. Also Rocco Gentile, the senior defensive end, combined on the stop. Back to midfield. It brings up a 3rd down and 7.
We see the replay there. They try to get that outside play, and Mooney was there to defend it.
Double slot for the Big Red. Davis in the gun. Wiggins in motion from far side and near side. Davis stops, finds a running lane, tries to get it himself, but picks up a couple of yards, but not enough for the 1st down. Davis plunging forward for a few, back into Mooney territory to about the 47. That brings up a 4th down and about, we'll call it 4 or 5 for Steubenville. We'll call it, the scoreboard says 5. 4th down and 4. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Big Red hit with a decision when we come back on Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, the Center of Music and Art, Trinity Health Systems, D. Felice Brothers Pizza, Local Union 495 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, and McAdoo Towing and Crane Service.
All right, 4th down and 6 for the Big Red to start quarter number 2. Steubenville clapping its hands. Is there a flag on the play? There is, far side of the field. There's a false start against the Big Red. So it'll back them up 5 yards deeper into territory, and now the punt teams come on out. Jack Hillgrove, Tony Filberto with you from Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown. Skies look ominous, but the playing surface seems somewhat dry for the time being, as the wind is starting to blow. Hayden Hicks will punt it away. Gomez back deep. Hicks's punt end over end will bounce at the 25. Gomez picks it up at the 19. And there we go, spin move up to the 30 and tackled just across the 30-yard line. Carlos Gomez, who took the opening kickoff, Tony Filberto, deep into Big Red territory, which ultimately put them in position to score.
Absolutely. He looks deadly back there. He's not afraid to grab the ball off the bounce. You know, as a coach, you're holding your breath when they do it like that, because they get hit when they pick it up. But he's deadly with the ball in his hands.
At the 32-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals, who lead it 7-3 on your Bordas and Bordas scoreboard. New quarterback into the game for Cardinal Mooney. It's Vince Gentile, the sophomore, who throws the screen far side, and he's met immediately by Kylie Hopkins. A big-time tackle there on Lake, the 5'9", 160-pound junior tailback. Hopkins, the second leading tackler on this Big Red squad, with a fumble recovery and 15 tackles coming into this ball game. No gain, 2nd down. Actually, a loss of 1 back to the 31. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Just a fast screen, had 2 blockers out in front of him. Big Red makes a play.
His older brother, Kai Jean, our Defensive Player of the Year at our high school football award show a couple of years ago. 2nd down and 11 out of the eye. Lake will run it. Almost tackled in the backfield by one Big Red defender. And there he goes. Lake at midfield. 45-40. Lake pushed out of bounds deep into the Big Red secondary by Jameer Falks. Effie Kelly almost got to him in the backfield, but Lake very elusive. Something that Reno Suckups told us a lot about leading up to this ball game. They got to watch out for him. He shows you why on that play.
Only a junior, a lot of speed, about 160 pounds. You'll see he breaks a tackle with the line of scrimmage right there, breaks another one and turns that speed on. Of course, Big Red matched the speed.
Gain of 34 yards to the Big Red 35-yard line. A Mr. Rooter 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Again, Keith Rhodes, starting quarterback, not in for the Cardinals right now. It's Vince Gentile, who drops back to pass, throws the go ball far side, has a man. The pass is knocked away. A great job on Carlos Gomez, but there is a flag. Will Taylor in pass defense there for Big Red.
That's that 50-50 ball, meaning, my guy, your guy, we're going to throw it up, see who's going to catch it. I thought it was a great throw, great effort, great defense, but the official saw it as a flag.
Team quick lane replay. Is that because he doesn't turn around?
I'm not sure that's a high school call, turning around. I think that's a pro call, but it's still a call.
Yep. Something that we have no control over. No. Obviously, gain of or a 15-yard penalty down to the Big Red 20, 1st down and 10. Taylor in the right spot. Not quite sure that was the right call, but again, we leave that to the folks in stripes on the field. Pistol look for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 at the Big Red 20. Gentile, the quarterback, turns, hands it to Lake, the tailback. Good move, and gets around 1 and 2, but not number 3. Number 3 being number 10, Kylie Hopkins.
Yeah. Pretty elusive back here. He juked a couple of tacklers, and then at least got back to the line of scrimmage.
Another look at
see the replay right there.
Replay.
See the juke. Oh, plants his foot. That's a pretty nice move.
Again, Hopkins, the second leading tackler on this Big Red club, coming in with 15 on the stat sheet. Leading tackler, our D. Felice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week, Brody Suckoch. 17 from his strong safety spot. 2nd down and 10. Gentile throws the screen. Lake has it at the 20. Sidesteps couple and fights his way to about the 17, 18-yard line for a gain of about 2. Good job there by Landon Crozier to hold on and not let go for the Big Red.
Mooney is here, and we're going to see the replay. Just a swing pass, get the ball out in space to the athlete, and hopes to get one-on-one and break a couple. We saw Mooney earlier. This is 4-down territory for them. They went for 4th and a bunch earlier in the game through a touchdown pass, so they're in 4-down territory.
3rd down, 8 from the 18. Gentile, the sophomore, in for the senior Rhodes at quarterback for Cardinal Mooney. Shotgun. Gentile will roll and throw, and it's into and out of the hands of Gomez, the intended receiver on the far side. Brings up a 4th down and 8 from the Weirton Medical Center pink zone. And decision time for Carl Pelini and the Cardinals, who, like you said, Tony, looks like it is 4-down territory.
It's 4-down territory. If we watch the kicker on the extra point.
Considering they did score on 4th down.
They did.
And
the kicker, made a nice kick, but doesn't have the leg like Bowers has and so on. So this is a 4th down play for them.
Rain starting to come down here at Stambaugh Stadium. 4th down and 8 from the 18. Big rush. Gentile evades one Big Red defender, and he's on the move at the 15. Gentile at the 10. 1st down and more at the 5, and he's brought down out of bounds by Will Taylor at the Big Red 2-yard line. Needed 8, got 16, and it's 1st down and goal for Mooney. They are on the doorstep.
He's not the starter, but he's doing a nice job in there. He gives a half roll to the right, a lot of coverage, looks back to the other side, got outside the pass rush, and tucked the football and got down to about the 2-3 yard line.
8th play of the drive. It started on their own 32, and it is raining hard. From the eye, handoff, Lake muscling his way forward, but there's about 6 red helmets saying, "I don't think so." Leading the charge, Chandler Hoffman, the defensive end, and that'll be actually a 1-yard loss back to the 3. 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to see the replay here, and you can see the rain coming down. Just the inside power play, fullback leading. Who is he? Effie Kelly in there, that whole defensive front from Big Red.
And you can see the rain coming down very, very hard. Now, I've been alerted that there are some games back home at the Ohio Valley that have been delayed due to thunder and lightning, but we, knock on wood, haven't seen anything like that yet here at Stambaugh Stadium, and producer Zach Medovic says nothing on the radar in that regard. And, both of these old-style football coaches will play in them on soon if the officials will let them.
Absolutely. And even if it were a grass field, they'd be happy to play out there.
Fortunately, we're not, so the white jerseys will stay clean. And right now we'll take a Trinity timeout.
2nd and goal for the Cardinals.
The future looks good. The future looks good to me. The future looks good.
Trinity timeout over. Touchdown Cardinal Mooney. Vince Gentile on the option keeper for the Cardinals. Did a little fake pitch. Faked out the defender for Big Red. He's in, and the Cardinals have a 2-possession lead.
Let's see the replay. It's the old triple option. People pack everything down inside defensively at the 2-yard line. They set the fullback here. The quarterback reads the end with the pitch option. No defensive end, and he gets into the end zone.
9-play drive for the home team. The extra point will be attempted by the sophomore Kaladi, and it is up, and it is through, and Cardinal Mooney leads at 14-3. We'll take a break. 8:13 remaining in half. Number 1, it's raining, but we're inside. Tony and I. Jack Hillgrove, Tony Filberto, back in a moment. A 9-play, 68-yard drive in 3 minutes and 36 seconds for Cardinal Mooney, capped off by the backup quarterback, sophomore Vince Gentile on the option keeper, to make it 14-3 in favor of the home team as the rain flies here at Stambaugh Stadium. And the Laborers Local 809 touchdown for the Cardinals to make it a 2-possession ball game. And Big Red has to respond, and it starts here at the Ohio Valley Buy Here, Pay Here kickoff as Steubenville's return men, Crozier and Bryant, stand at their own 10-yard line. Claudy, the righty, the run-up and the boot. He'll kick it near side. That's Juice Bryant who takes it. Dropped it at the 15, has to pounce on it. Does, just past the 20-yard line to about the 22. So Big Red, a long field challenge, fourth going, but a blunder right there. Obviously you want to catch it, but he did the right thing. He fell on it as soon as.
Absolutely. Jersey's soaking wet. The ball may be wet. It happens. It happens, and he did the right thing afterwards.
Avoiding disaster by pouncing on it right away. So Steubenville with a 78-yard jaunt, or trip I should say, to try and get this thing back to a 1-possession ball game. First down and 10 at their own 22. It's a Mr. Reuter 1st and 10 with Davis in the eye. Slot to the wide side left. Handoff comes near side. That's Jalen Minifield, and Minifield moves his way up to the 30-yard line, stays in bounds. The clock will run, and it is raining very, very hard here at Stambaugh Stadium.
They were into power play. They may have been unbalanced. I'm not sure at that point. Just fullback leading the tailback.
Gain of 9 to the 31. 2nd down and 1. There goes Minifield again, but this time he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Rocco Zabel, the 5'11", 190-pound sophomore for the Cardinals, to bring up a 3rd down and about 3. Look at it on the quick lane, team quick lane replay. In pursuit, Braden Mahone as well for Cardinal Mooney. Loss of 1, back to the 30, 3rd down and 2 for Steubenville. Davis in the gun. He'll keep it on the quarterback power, and he will have enough for the 1st down as a flag flies at the end of the play. Davis tackled just across the 35 to about the 36, but we'll wait and see who the guilty party is here.
That's normally in that hold area where that flag came in. Let's see, though. They're talking about it. It is a hold. It is
a hold against Steubenville, and the ball will be placed back at the 23. It was placed, and they've picked the ball back up. We'll look at it again on the team quick lane replay. Is this a hold on number 63?
Yep.
That would be Miles Cooper, the center, who brought the defender down. That defender being Letlow, the defensive end. Back to the 24. It's 3rd down and 9 for Steubenville. Davis will throw it on 3rd and 9. Has a man near side. Will Taylor, pass caught.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Those two connected on a big-time touchdown last week. They do it again right at midfield. A beautiful throw and a beautiful catch. Davis to Taylor.
That's that play action. You're going to get single coverage, because if not, they're going to start running that football inside. That's that one-on-one thing. Can't get any help out of the safeties.
Gain of 26 yards. 1st and 10 at midfield, 7-12. Left in quarter number 2. Play action fake. Davis will throw it again. He's got another man. The pass is caught. Zaire Scurry. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Big Red. Scurry, 50 yards from Aiden Davis.
Got him wide open. We'll probably see it again. I don't know how he got so open. They're playing a lot of man-to-man coverage. Is a mix-up someplace.
The 5'9", 145-pound sophomore, a contributor on some relays in the track season a year ago as a freshman, showed you that track speed, but a good throw and a good execution of the play action from senior quarterback Aiden Davis.
Right, they brought the outside receiver down inside to bring the defender on the circle route behind him, and he just pops himself clean. Right throw, good throw.
And Big Red, instead of trying to kick the extra point, will go to 2 to make it a 2-point game after the Laborers local 8:09 touchdown. Davis to Scurry, 50 yards. Couple of tight ends in motion, Wiggins and Blackburn. Play action. Davis, pass caught. Trayvon Wiggins, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. Good play call on the touchdown. Good play call on the 2-point conversion, 3-point game, I should say, 14-11. Come on, Jack, you passed math in school. We'll take a break in a 14-11 ball game. Coming back in a moment. Cardinal Mooney 14, Big Red 11 after a 5-play, 68-yard drive capped off by a 50-yard touchdown stripe from Aiden Davis to Zaire Scurry, who had not made a reception this season yet. Couple on that drive to put him in business. There's the Goat Cam presented by Seven Ranges Entertainment and the Goat House at Seven Ranges in Steubenville. Bunch of wet construction workers in the Cardinal Mooney student section. But you're having a good. They look like they're having a good time.
They look like
you don't really have any other choice but to have a good time in these conditions. Cole Bowers will kick it off. And this one out of bounds, but a flag flies at the end of the play. Kingston Powell, the return man. This one looked like it went out of. It's a kick out of bounds.
That's
but
the
did
flag.
he touch it?
Well, from here it looked like it, but the official probably has a little better view.
And I would have to imagine that's Reno Suckoch's question to that official that threw the flag.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at it on the Team Quick Lane replay. See if we can't take one more peek at it. Ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, Suckoch with an earful for that official. I believe that's the argument because they thought he touched it. And if he does, then it's a 99-yard task for Mooney and a chance for Big Red and a safety. But kick out of bounds puts things at the 35-yard line. That is worth arguing over. Gentile still in the game at quarterback. A big hit on the tailback. Landon Crozier laying the boom on number 5, Ike Lake.
But that was good fill out of the linebacker.
Loss of 1, 30.
See it again. Watch the
34.
fill right there. Got a little help, but Landon Crozier filled the hole very, very, very nicely.
Team Quick Lane instant replay shows Crozier bringing the boom. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 at the 34. Whistle and a timeout, as there will be a timeout called by Youngstown Cardinal Mooney with 6:23 remaining in half number 1. The first charge timeout for either team in this one. Well, look at the Wendy's halftime show with Jamie Baker tonight. Catch it at halftime. Show off the first half highlights of this one. Another look at our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar athlete. That's Brody Suckoch. And, of course, our band standout and impact players of the week as well. That's the Wendy's halftime show with Jamie Baker coming up at the half. Jamie putting her sports hat back on. Longtime sports anchor in other markets. Of course, our one half of our evening news team with Dylan Cleland at 5, 6, 10, and 11. Dylan off today, so Jamie Baker subbing in for Dylan on the Wendy's halftime show. Timeout over. Again, the timeout's presented by Trinity Health System. 2nd down and 11 from their own 34. Mooney and Gentile will throw the screen far side to Carlos Gomez. With him step for step is Jameer Fulks, and then Landon Crozier cleaned up. And it looks like, Tony, Big Red kind of playing with a little bit more fire as well after an explosive offensive possession.
You know, in their previous 2 games, they were behind in the first half. They got behind. I talked to Coach Reno, congratulating him on his team having the ability to come from behind. He said, "I'd rather not come from behind, tell you the truth." But they look like they got a little bit of fire in them right now.
No gain on the screenplay. Jameer Fulks, Landon Crozier combining on the stop. 3rd down and 11 for Vince Gentile. The backup quarterback in for the Cardinals. Keith Rhodes, the senior, started the game, exited. This is his 2nd possession. Gentile's out on the field conducting the Mooney offense. And it looks like timeout on the field. It looks like Reno Suckoch and Big Red call the timeout. Or was it Mooney?
He pointed to the this way, so I think it was Mooney that called the time.
It was. You see Carl Pelini on your screen calling the Trinity timeout. 3rd down and 11 forthcoming for the Cardinals. Sports Friday on the go. The biggest games in the Valley all in one place. Never miss what's happening in the night's biggest games from your smartphone on the WTOV News 9 app, the WTOV 9 YouTube channel. Stream it live Fridays at 7 o'clock. This game, one of 6 on the Sports Friday on the go lineup this week. Also on the on-the-go lineup, Spring Mills and Wheeling Park, Toronto visiting Weir High, Indian Creek and Union Local, Beaver Local at St. C, and Malvern and Harrison Central. 3rd down and 11, pass caught, Gentile finding his receiver. That is number 6, Rocco Gentile. Oh no, I apologize, number 0, Kingston Powell, the junior receiver, picks up 7, up to the 41, and a 4th down and 4 for the Cardinals, and it looks like they'll punt it away.
I think this is their second punt of the evening. In this rain, let's see what happens.
Brody Suckoch standing at the Big Red 30. And he'll back it up to the 25 as Desmond punts this one end over end. Suckoch will let it bounce, and there it goes. At the 10, at the 5, will Mooney down it? It looks like they will at about the 3-yard line. A good job there by Desmond, the punter, and the punt team for Cardinal Mooney to down that one deep into Big Red territory at the 3. So Steubenville hit with a long field challenge.
Absolutely. I watched Brody Suckoch do something very smart. And we can look at it, and because the Mooney player just touched the ball, you have to down it. That's just called first touching, and you can pick it up and run. And if something good happens, it's yours. If it's bad, you take it back to that spot. So watch Brody come in here and come after the football.
4:39 on a Mr. Reuter 1st and 10. And Big Red just tries to get it out of there.
With the keeper.
A little more space behind him now, a little breathing room.
Little or no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
No gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Big Red.
This is a good time to throw the ball vertical down the field.
Big Red, though, has everything in tight. Bryant, the lone setback. Davis will try and plunge it forward again, and might have picked up a yard or 2 that time.
Pick up 1, Davis with the keeper.
He did, actually, up to the 10-yard line. So 3rd down and 4.
Yeah. Wind's picking up a little bit.
Hard count here for the Big Red. Davis trying to draw Mooney offside. He's in the power eye. Snap, give ahead to the fullback. A good call there. The fullback, Ja'Kai Lucius Muntz with the carry, and Muntz has enough for the Big Red 1st down up to about the 18-yard line.
Fullback trap, as we can see it inside. Backside guard pulls, kicks out, center kicks back, and give it to the fullback. Good call, good run, good blocking.
Muntz, the 5'7", 185-pound junior with the carry. To the 18, 1st down and 10. This time it's Jalen Minifield who spurted through a hole, but a good tackle there on the football by Dre Riley, the outside backer for Mooney on a Mr. Reuter 1st and 10. Big Red with some tempo up now to about the 23-yard line. Gain of 5, gain of 4, 2nd and 6. This time Minifield, the ball came out at the end of the play. Davis went and picked it up, but the play blown dead. Davis, I guess you want to be sure.
No, it's playing alert. I'd like to see it again. That might be a free ball.
Check it out on the team quick lane replay. Davis turns, hands it to Minifield. The ball does come out.
Comes out. That's a free ball. Aiden Davis did the right thing.
Instead, the play was blown dead. So it'll be third down and about 6, or actually 4 for the Big Red. They give Minifield 2. Ball spotted at the 24. More like 3rd and 5.
3rd and 4, Steubenville.
Play clock at 10. Play clock at 7, 6, 5.
Yeah, they get to reset it.
They do reset it. Play clock now at 25.
Why is the game clock stopped, though?
Did they?
They called it a fumble.
They did call it a fumble? So you can't advance the football, I guess. Okay, 2:32 and winding. Davis alone. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback draw. There goes Davis into the open field at the 30. Flag flies, enough for the first down, but this one might be coming back as Aiden Davis keeps the football and gains it to about the 33. Gain of 9 if the play stands, but a holding against the Big Red will back things up.
On the previous play, if they didn't call it a fumble, he's tackled down, the play clock should have been running. Of course, that's the Big Red's advantage if it didn't run.
Steubenville moves the ball back to the 17-yard line, where it is 3rd and 12 for the Big Red.
3rd down and about 14 now from the 17-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Bryant goes out wide to the left. Davis, empty. We'll keep it again. And there he goes, Aiden Davis at the 25 up to about the 30.
First down.
Just enough for that lead stick. Needed the 29, got it to about the 29 and a half.
They're doing the right thing. There's nothing left in the middle of the field. If he can get into that secondary, he can go.
First and 10 now at the 30. Clock inside 2 minutes. Davis will keep it again. Davis takes on a defender at the 35 as another flag flies from the backfield, this time from our lead official. And it looks like a hold. This time it's going to be against, a face mask against the Big Red. And I saw our lead official mouth 78, and that would be against Effie Kelly, the 6'2 senior. And this is a personal foul call. We'll look at it again on the Team Quick Lane replay, see if we can't get a look at it. I think we saw the tail end of it as Davis ran for positive yardage. So instead, it's a 15-yard personal foul, backs up things to the 15. And it makes it 1st and 25 for the Big Red. Still a Mr. Reuter first down for Steubenville, who trails at 14-11 with 1:42 remaining until halftime. With wet conditions at Stambaugh Stadium. 3 receivers to the right, or to the left, I should say. Wide snap. Davis was able to get it with one hand, runs it near side, and Davis goes out of bounds at about the 16, actually the 17-yard line for a gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and about 23.
The official said he was down inbounds.
Yep.
The game clock will continue to run.
And it is starting to come down a little bit harder.
Right.
2nd down, 22, ball 18. 1:08 in counting remaining here in the first half.
Clock continuing to tick. Now inside a minute. Taylor in motion, far side and near side. Snap, Davis will roll it far side. Pass caught, Brody Suckoch at the 30. It looked like he was down on the play and then was hit afterwards.
Yeah.
Look at it again here on the Team Quick Lane replay. Down,
caught it down, then
and
he
then
was
tackled. And injured Mooney Cardinal far side of the field. That is Dennis Clark. And yeah, it is wet.
Yes.
Score over Davis around the area. Austin Township 28. Anthony Glenn
39 seconds. The clock stops with the injured Cardinal on the play, but Clark looks to be up and moving about. So a timeout on the field with 39 seconds.
Mooney has no timeouts left. 3rd and 12. We'll see what Big Red does with the football now.
A lengthy drive that started with 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter, or in this first half, I should say. Wendy's halftime with Jamie Baker coming up in a moment. Ball will be placed at the 28-yard line. They gave Suckoch a gain of 11 on the pass from Davis.
3rd and 12, 39 seconds.
Suckoch in the slot near side. Taylor and Wiggins, the receivers, wide to the left and right. Delayed keeper for Davis, but they sniff it out, does Mooney. That's Dom Letlow on 4th down. Clock continuing to roll here, 22 seconds. The Big Red doesn't have to run a play if they don't have to. Reno Suckoch with his headset off as that clock winds to 13, 12, 11. A look at it there on the Team Quick Lane replay. And it looks like Big Red will not run another play. They opt not to. That is the end of half number one. It turned into a very wet half number one as both teams retreat to their locker rooms. Cardinal Mooney with a 3-point advantage, 14-11 your score. We'll take a break, and then Jamie Baker will have halftime coverage presented by Wendy's inside Studio 9 when we come back. Bordas and Bordas, Friday Night Rivals. Alrighty, Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff to start half number two. And the rain is picking back up here at Stambaugh Stadium. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney with a 14-11 lead in this one as Big Red will take the second half kickoff and move it from right to left across your screen. Landon Crozier, Juice Bryant on a squib kick. It is Juice Bryant at the 20, 25, 30. Bryant across the 35 and up near the 40. A good return on a line drive kick, and the Big Red offense will go to work under heavy rain conditions.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine, Laborers, Local 809, The Health Plan, WMC, and Interstate Waste Services.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Aiden Davis under center for the Big Red. He'll turn and hand it off to Jalen Minifield, and Minifield is stacked up right away. A good job there by the Mooney defense and the defensive line, and the outside linebacker, Rocco Zabel, on the tackle for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. It'll bring up a second down and long for Steubenville.
Yeah, they brought motion. They're going to have two lead backs run their power play, and Zabel just stuck it up in there, made good contact in the backfield.
Loss back to the 36. Actually, it'll stay at the 37. Second down and 10. Play action. Davis will throw it. Has time, rolls, finds a man. The pass is incomplete. Trayvon Wiggins tackled in the secondary. No flag flies. How is that not pass interference? Holy cow. I mean, I'm not one to attack the officiating crew, but that is about as black and white as I have seen.
It sure looked like it from up here anyhow.
Wiggins was open. Davis threw it to him, and before the ball hit the ground, Wiggins was tackled by the Cardinal Mooney defender. No flag, though. Incomplete. Third down and 10 from the 37. Davis alone in the gun. He'll keep it. Davis tackled almost right away. Zabel, another good defensive possession there for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney, making the stop on the quarterback keeper. Brings up a 4th down and about 11 after the loss on the play, and Hayden Hicks will punt it away.
Rocco Zabel's a good football player. He's only a sophomore at 5'11", 190.
Gain of 2 actually for Davis. 4th down and 8 to the 39. Hicks will punt it away. Gomez stands at the Mooney 28-yard line. Low snap. Hicks able to get a foot on it. A wobbly kick that takes a Mooney bounce at the 40 or the 35 to about the 40. And that's where Big Red will down it. And Mooney will go to work 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. A First Choice America first down for the Cardinals. The quarterback is Vince Gentile, the sophomore. No Keith Rhodes. Exited the game after a couple of drives. They handed to the fullback on 1st down and 10. And the Big Red defense all over it. Chandler Hoffman, Effie Kelly in on the stop.
Looks like they were trying to run the option play that they ran for the touchdown earlier. They gave the ball to the fullback, phase 1. You can see they're going to continue out here with option action.
No gain for the Cardinals. 2nd down and 10 at the 40. Ryan Bice, a good first half defensively for the Big Red as well. Gentile, power eye look, under center. Behind his center, J.T. Smith. 3-step drop, a quick throw to the outside. Pass intercepted. Brody Suckotch at midfield. 45-40 into the open field. Brody at the 25-20. Misses a man, and inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. Big Red plays takeaway for the 2nd time today. It's our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar athlete, Brody Suckotch, on the INT.
Well, the ball was, terribly underthrown and possibly slipped out of his hand because it looked like he was trying to throw deep to the single coverage over there.
Good job there to get to the quarterback
he may
as well.
have got hit, as he was thrown.
So Big Red will take over at the Mooney 15-yard line. First Choice America first down after the Suckotch interception. Brody's first of the season in the WMC pink zone. Davis will turn and hand it to Juice Bryan. And there goes Juice. Oh, he lost the football, but he picked it back up and goes out of bounds. Near the 15-yard line, no gain, but I mean, what are you going to do in conditions like this?
Right, he was very fortunate. The ball came out of his hands, hit the ground, bounced right back up. He caught it in stride. Football bounces funny directions.
We'll look at it again on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. It just
come out.
It just come out.
And look at it, right back to him.
Good job to keep an eye on it as well.
Absolutely.
No harm done. Just no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Davis in the gun. With Jalen Minifield to his right. Zaire Scurry in motion. They fake the jet action to him. Davis will keep it and will plunge forward to about the 11-yard line to set up a 3rd down and about 7. Kajon Dean, the defensive tackle for the Cardinals, makes the stop, and it'll bring up again a 3rd down and about 7 or 8.
Right, jet action, to get those linebackers running out. Quarterback keeps it off of it, the quarterback counter.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Lone setback is Minifield. The tight end, Matt Fabro, in motion across the line, left to right. Play action fake. Davis across the middle. The pass is caught at the goal line. Is he in? No, he stopped short just at the 1-yard line. Nolan Blackburn, the tight end, makes the catch. We'll look at it again on the replay.
Nice.
Just couldn't turn around.
Yeah,
a good job
couldn't.
there by Brady Desmond in the secondary to stop him. Nonetheless, though, it sets up a 1st down and goal at the 1, and Big Red a chance to take a lead. Nolan Blackburn, the junior tight end, puts him on the doorstep. Aiden Davis, a quarterback sneak, and he is in.
He's in.
Touchdown, Big Red. Steubenville with its first lead of the night.
You saw those linemen when they came to the line of scrimmage. They went toe-to-toe. They shortened the splits. You knew they were going to run some fullback, quarterback, something tough inside, get that 1-2 yards that they needed for the touchdown.
Aiden Davis, a Laborers local, 809 rushing touchdown, his third of the season. And just like that, Big Red now a 17-14 lead, and they'll kick the extra point here, or at least elect to, with Cole Bowers. 4-play, 15-yard drive, and just about a minute and a half. The holder is Brody Suckoch. The snapper is Matt Fabro. The lefty Bowers, his extra point is up, and it is right down the middle. And Big Red now leads 18-14 as Steubenville takes its first lead of the night. We'll be back. A 4-play, 15-yard drive in 1 minute and 32 seconds, capped off by Aiden Davis, his third rushing touchdown of the season. It gives Big Red its first lead of the ball game, 18-14. 2 interceptions for Mooney, Tony Filberto, 2 touchdowns for Big Red. That's the difference in this one so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that Big Red has taken advantage of the turnovers. They're putting the ball in the end zone.
And speaking of putting the ball in the end zone, Cole Bowers out of the end zone.
Wow, that's a big-time kick.
On the Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff, the junior Bowers, another touchback. Receiving a warm embrace there on the near sideline by his teammate and Shamir Adams. Braden Edwards also dapping him up. He's just getting all the love after that one. First choice America first down now from the 20 for Cardinal Mooney. Here's Reno Suckoch, Steubenville Big Red head coach, the National High School Football Hall of Famer, inducted this summer, the all-time wins leader in Ohio high school football history. His team with 2 gritty wins in week 1 and 2 over Cincinnati, McNicholas, and New Philadelphia, both by 1 score. This one a 1-score lead for Big Red in this one. 7:58 in the third quarter. First down and 10 for Mooney at their own 20-yard line, and the Big Red defense tackling Lake. That's Jalen Minifield, starting running back, but also starting outside linebacker for the Big Red.
Yeah, that's a toss play out of the gun that's a little slow developing, and it's hard to get perimeter on Big Red with the speed that they have.
Gain up to the 25, creates a second down and 5 for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. Sophomore Vince Gentile in a QB for the Cardinals. He gets a rush, big rush. He's hit, and he is sacked. Coming off the edge for Steubenville Big Red, the first man to him. Kajon Bryant, and then
we're seeing the replay here. Yeah, he fought off the block. Look at that. He had a lot of help inside also.
Landon Crozier, Effie Kelly, Bryant causing the initial rush. All over the quarterback are this Big Red defense. Is this Big Red defense, I should say. Loss of 9 to make it third down and 14 from the 16. Mooney will spread it out. Gentile in the gun. Lake to his right. And he'll take the handoff. And Lake gets a couple and fights for more. Squeaked out of there momentarily, but is then brought down on the play. And a flag flies at the end of the play, and it looks like a couple of guys are getting into a skirmish there near side.
This is not going to turn out good. There's going to be more flags thrown. And there goes another one.
I see 3 on the field right now. Little extracurricular
There's another
activity.
one.
We'll have to wait and see if this one gets all sorted out.
Yep.
Both coaches, especially near side, Big Red doing a good job of keeping everybody back, as the officiating crew's got to sort this one out.
They sure do.
Reno Suckoch being directed back to his sideline. 4 flags and a hat on the field. One of those instances where the emotions run high, everybody's mad that it's raining. It's a very physical ball game altogether. As the officiating crew gets this one sorted out. And we'll sort it out when we come back. We'll take a break. 6:12 left in the third quarter. All right, good timing. We're back, and we just got the official word. 4 flags on the field, 4 dead ball personal fouls, 2 against Cardinal Mooney, 2 against Big Red. Means they all cancel out, and we'll do it again. 3rd down and 14, or now 4th down and 9 from the 16. So a large skirmish. Didn't result in anybody getting hurt, didn't result in anybody getting thrown out of the game, but near sideline, the entire Steubenville team on a knee, and they're getting an earful from their head coach. And play resumes.
They're still picking flags up.
And it starts to rain even harder. We saw personal foul penalties play a huge factor in Steubenville's state semifinal loss to Kettering Alter last season. Something that left a sour taste in the coaches and the players' mouths. As Mooney punts it away, Brody Suckoch will let it bounce, and it will be down by Mooney at the 39-yard line. And I'd have to imagine that meeting with Suckoch and his players, like, hey, we let this get the best of us last year.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
And it looks like everybody responded positively towards it. And we move on with 5:58 left in the third quarter.
Yep. Got to focus on playing football. You can't focus on those emotions.
First Choice America, 1st down and 10 for the Big Red here in Stanbaugh Stadium in Youngstown. 5:58 remaining in quarter number 3. Big Red goes to work at its own 39-yard line. Davis in the gun. Bill Keep directing traffic. Davis at the 45-yard line is met by a couple of Cardinals. Good gain on 1st down for Steubenville. It sets up a 2nd down and manageable.
Again, they were in, they faked the jet sweep, try to get those backers running out, quarterback counter, keeping the football. He may be the leading rusher in this football game so far.
Second leading rusher on the team coming into the ball game. Davis, 374 passing yards, 110 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Has a rushing touchdown in this one, so it's 3 on the season for AD. No turn, and he'll hand it to his fullback. That's Ja'Kai Lucius Muntz creating a 2nd down and manageable to a 3rd and very short, or perhaps even a 1st down.
It sure looked like a 1st down, but the spot's going to make him about, looks like less than the length of a football.
Yard line to gain the 50. Muntz to the 49.5. So Big Red a 3rd down, and we'll call it 1. Uh-oh, the ball's on the turf. Ball's on the turf. Big Red falls on it. Good job there, Nolan Blackburn. And Aiden Davis. Aiden Davis actually the one to fall on it. And it looks like he's calling for a new football. We'll check it out on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. That is just because the football is wet.
Yep. Wholesale changes. Looks like they're going to go into a punt formation. But that doesn't mean they're going to punt it.
Yeah, Hayden Hicks also listed on the on the roster as a wide receiver, so he is athletic enough if Steubenville wants to get creative. 4th down and 3 from the 47. Low snap, good job of Hicks to pick it up on a bounce, and he will punt it away. It's end over end. It'll bounce at the 20. Dropped by Gomez at the 15, but he signaled for a fair catch, so play whistle dead, and Mooney's got the football. Down 4. 4:21 left in the third quarter. They'll place it at the 15-yard line. First choice America, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Flag flies as soon as they snap it. Gentile will throw, pass caught far side to Rocco Gentile, the senior. But a penalty marker as soon as they snap the football. Is that usually a legal formation or something of that nature?
Let's see what the call is. It's coming back. Huh.
And by Gentile's reaction, you saw it on your screen, that is against the Cardinals. It will come back, and good thing for the Big Red because it was a sizable gain on 1st down for Cardinal Mooney.
False start against the Cards. Moves the ball back to the 10-yard line. It is 1st and 15 for Cardinal Mooney.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 15. Now it's 1st and 15 from the 10. First choice America, 1st down for the home squad. As Lake for Mooney takes the toss far sides, tackled out of bounds. Good job there by Falks and Minifield in the vicinity. Gain of about 6 to the 16 creates a 2nd down and 9.
We're going to see the replay. Toss sweep, the single back. There's Falks making the tackle out of bounds.
3:47 to go in this 3rd quarter. Big rush pass. Oh my goodness. Landon Crozier ready to lay the boom to Lake. A good job there by Juice Bryant on the initial pass rush. Put his hands up, was right in the line of sight there for Gentile, the quarterback. Throw off the mark, even if it was, something tells me Crozier would have.
We're going to see the replay
met him
here.
almost immediately.
There's good pressure. The ball a little bit high.
Incomplete, makes it 3rd down and 9 from the Mooney 16. Five-step drop for Gentile under center, and it's too wide for Rocco Gentile, the tight end. Incomplete. Back-to-back incompletions bring up a 4th down and 9 and a likely punting situation for the home squad with 3:40 left in this 3rd quarter. Big Red 2-0 on the season. Cardinal Mooney 0-2. But as we mentioned in the pregame and throughout the broadcast, that not reflective of Cardinal Mooney's abilities as a football team. It's the toughest schedule in Division 4 in the state of Ohio, in the whole state. You can see why. This is a close ball game. Uh-oh. Play whistle down.
They called him down. His knee was on the ground when he got the football.
All righty, how about that?
Way.
That'll work.
I wanted to say the rain affects a punt game more than anything else in football, and that's what happened. The ball got back a little low, slipped out of his hands. He goes down to pick it up. His knee's down.
We'll check on it here. His knee never touched. Oh, it did.
Oh, it did.
It did.
But again, it was close, but it was down.
And Brady Desmond, the punter, did his best to get out of there.
Right.
But nonetheless, it sets up Big Red with 3:32 with a 1st down and goal from the 4. Davis will turn and hand it off to Minifield, who fights his way for the goal line for a couple. Football popped out, but I believe it was way
down,
after
yeah.
he was brought down.
You can see Big Red has shortened those splits. It's a pretty good indicator that the ball's going to go somewhere tackle to tackle.
Another look at it on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. Minifield brought down a couple yards short. Timeout on the field. It's a Trinity timeout. We'll be back in a minute.
The future looks good. The future looks good to me. The future looks good.
Construction theme in the Cardinal Mooney student section. And with that, we'll take a look at the, I had the GOAT cam up, presented by Seven Ranges for a moment. There it is. The Goat House at Seven Ranges in Steubenville. Good food. The drinks are cold. The TVs are in high definition. What else could you ask for?
Sounds like a great night.
That sounds like what I might do when I go home. That's the GOAT Cam presented by Seven Ranges Entertainment. Second down and goal for the two for the Big Red, trying to make it a two-possession ball game in their favor. Davis for rushing touchdown number 2. He fights his way to the goal line. Is he in? The Big Red offensive line thinks he does. No signal yet. And it looks like they're going to mark him down short. Just barely.
That was good push up front by those linemen. I thought he was going to get in.
It's one of the biggest offensive lines Reno Succoch has had. 6'2", 255, 6'1", 250, 6'2", 265, 6'2", 270, and 6', 220.
That's a big offensive line for high school.
Everybody above 6 feet. Everybody above 250 for the most part, except for Chandler Hoffman, who plays a lot heavier.
Push. Look at that push. They're going shoulder to shoulder, wedge block. Just keep pushing them backwards.
All right, third down goal from the one. One more time for Davis. He's in. Touchdown, Big Red. He spun around, and by the time he spun around, the football was across the chalk, and Davis has his second rushing touchdown of the night, and Big Red leads it by 10.
The extra point puts them up by 11 for Mooney to catch them. They have to score, 2-point conversion, and kick the field goal.
So Cole Bowers will try the extra point after the Laborers local. 8:09 rushing touchdown for Aiden Davis, his second on the night. Fabro snap, Succoch is hold, it's a fake. Brody's going to throw it towards the end zone. The pass is intercepted by Cardinal Mooney. No, incomplete. A good job there by the Mooney defender, Desmond, to go up and almost intercept the pass, but incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. 10-point ball game, but still, I mean, for Mooney to catch him, it's a two-possession game.
Right.
Another look at the touchdown.
Yep.
More often than not, I mean, you need a guy like Cole Bowers to make it to make you feel confident in kicking a field goal.
Right.
Right now, for Mooney, it seems like their easiest path to back in this ball game is 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns,
regardless
that's right.
of 1 point there. Or not.
I don't think their coach is thinking about kicking field goals in this fourth quarter. He's only thinking about touchdowns right now.
24-14, the Big Red lead. Succoch's pass incomplete on the 2-point conversion. Brody Ardee Felice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. Member of the mock trial team at Steubenville High School. GPA of something way higher than I ever got. And on his way to wrestle at Purdue University.
Wonderful.
Not only is big-time D1 wrestling a big deal, especially in the Big Ten, but Purdue's a pretty darn good school. Former OVAC champ and state champion for Brody last year. Bowers, the run up in the boot. This one will hit the G in the end zone. Another touchback on an Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff for Cole Bowers in the Big Red.
A great starting point for the defense. Yeah, when you got that kicker, what a weapon if he can put it in the end zone.
24-14, the score. We'll take a look at how we got there. There's Cole Bowers' field goal, the first points of the ball game for Steubenville. They were down 7-3. And then how about this play? Aiden Davis to Zaire Scurry, play action, 50-yard passing touchdown. That's touchdown number 1 Davis was responsible for. And then he had 2 rushing to make it 24-14. Big Red up by 10. First Choice America 1st and 10. Play whistle dead as Vince Gentile rolls near side for Mooney. It's a procedure call against the home squad. It'll back him up 5.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of the penalty bug lately. That's movement twice now.
2:05 left in this third quarter. And it looks like the rain has settled. I don't want to jinx it because it's all over the radar and it could pick back up like we saw previously. Games back home into lightning delays. I know Brook and Independence didn't kick off till around 8:30 because of lightning delays. Which, what, was 7:30 kickoffs at Brook? There was at least 2 of them because once you have lightning in the area, it's a 30-minute delay until another lightning strike, and then it resets. You got to go 30 minutes without it for you to continue play. Maybe a clock issue here at Stambaugh Stadium. It says 2:14. And the officials without PA system, so it's charades of what to put the clock at. They keep it at 2:14 and the clock rolls. 1st and 15 after the procedure call on a First Choice America 1st and 15 for Mooney. Lake, the ball carrier left side, no gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 for Mooney. There's Kylie Hopkins, his name in the stat sheet a few times tonight. 2nd leading tackler on the Big Red this year. His older brother Kaijon, former WTOV 9 Defensive Player of the Year. That was a couple of years ago. Clock rolls to 1:40, 2nd and 15. Gentile sidesteps one defender, big rush, got to get it out of there. He does, incomplete, chased by Noah West, and then Hopkins, incomplete, brings up 3rd and 15 for Moody.
Yeah, this young quarterback's only a sophomore. He's in a replacement position, and he's done a pretty good job this evening.
Yeah, Keith Rhodes, the starter, the 6'3", 190-pound senior for Mooney, exited the game after a couple of drives, assuming due to injury. Didn't really see what happened. And insert Gentile, the 6', 190-pound sophomore. Those two in a quarterback battle in the offseason, which the senior Rhodes ultimately won. Now it's the sophomore Gentile who throws it on 3rd and 15. Jump ball caught by Gomez and almost ripped away by Taylor. Gomez still on his feet at the 50 and a touchdown saving tackle by Trayvon Wiggins at the Big Red 44-yard line. Will Taylor, I'm not kidding, we'll see it on the Ohio Valley Honda replay, was so close to ripping this ball away.
What a great catch, great effort defensively, offensively, and a true shoestring tackle, as we call them. And he comes up holding his shoulder a little bit.
41-yard completion for Gomez. 1st down and 10 at the Big Red 44. High formation, Lake, the ball carrier, and he is brought down from behind. A good job there by number 50, Chandler Hoffman, on the stop for Steubenville. Inside a minute left in this third quarter. Hoffman, the 6', 220-pound senior. The quote-unquote smallest guy on the starting offensive line, but he doesn't play like that by any means. Name in the stat sheet a bunch on defense tonight.
We're going to see that. Look at him chasing from the backside. You know, I talked to Coach Suckos. You know, for 3 defensive line positions, he's using 7 people, and that keeps him fresh in the fourth quarter.
Gain of 1 down to the 43. Big Red bringing 6. Pass outside, caught by Powell. Sidestepped one defender, tackled out of bounds by Taylor far side, enough to move the sticks, and life back on that Mooney sideline.
Number 17, Taylor on stop for the Big Red.
I don't think they're going to get the playoff this quarter.
And that'll do it. 3 down, 1 to go. Fourth quarter, and the final 12 minutes on tap. It's Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals live on Fox 9. We'll be back in a moment. Big Red up 10.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on Fox 9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, the Center of Music and Art, Trinity Health Systems, D. Felice Brothers Pizza, Local Union 495 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, and McAdoo Towing and Crane Service.
Fourth quarter time, and Mr. Reuter 1st and 10 from the Big Red 30. Vince Gentile will throw. The pass is broken up. Jameer Fulks, step for step with the Cardinal receiver, Dennis Clark. Fulks using all of that length. 6'2", 160.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of good speed. We'll see the replay here. He's in the hip pocket just where you want him to be.
Good play on the football there, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the Big Red 30. 7th play of the drive for Mooney. It started at 2:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun look for the Cardinals. Gentile throws the screen far side to the right. Pass caught, tackled almost immediately as Lake by Landon Crozier. Brings up a 3rd down.
Yep. Tried to get his athlete out in space, one-on-one. Just a fast toss sweep if you want to look at it that way. Big Red did a good job defending.
Gain of 1 down to the 29-yard line. 3rd down, 9. Slot to the far side. It's the short side right. That's Powell in the slot. Snap bobbled. They got a fall on it. They do. That's Mooney. Lake. Johnny on the spot with the football on 3rd and 9 from the 29. The ball back now at the 33. Loss of 4 to make it 4th and 13.
4th down and 14 for the Cardinals.
And Mooney's got to go for it. Scored on 4th down early in the ballgame. We'll see if they can do it again. Gentile's pass low, but caught. No, incomplete. Looking on the far side there for Gomez. Ball hit the ground. Turnover on downs. And Steubenville will take over. Up 2 possessions, 10 points. Another look at it on the Team Quick Lane replay. Yep, trapped.
Yes, it did. And if it were a completion, it still would have been short of the sticks.
So with 10:43 in the ball game, Big Red takes over at the Mooney 33. Mr. Reuter 1st and 10. A lengthy scoring drive here could all but seal it. Power eye look for Steubenville. Play action. Davis will throw it deep. He has a man. Oh my goodness, it was almost caught just a little far for the tight end, Nolan Blackburn. Had him in the 2nd level, just a little off the mark.
Yeah, we're going to see. It's a similar route that they ran for the touchdown. Bring the one receiver inside, circle the other outside, through to the inside receiver.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10, a timeout on the field for a cramping Cardinal Mooney player. With that, we'll take a break. 10:37 to go in the ballgame. We'll be back in a sec. 24-14, 10:37 left in the ballgame. Big Red with the football, 2nd down and 10 at their own 33-yard line. They'll line it up with a power eye. Bunched, tight formation. Another play action look for Big Red. Big rush. Aiden's got to get it out of there. He does. He's got Brody Suckotch at midfield. Pass caught. Brody marked down at the 49-yard line. Nonetheless, it's enough to move the sticks. Gain of 16. Davis to Suckotch.
Well, he got hit just as he released the football. Made a good throw. Brody made a nice catch. Puts the ball at midfield.
A 16-yard gain for the Big Red, and Mr. Reuter 1st down for Steubenville. Suckotch and Maddox Goulin, receivers to the far side of the field to the left. Jeremiah Hinton to the near side right. Crozier, the fullback. Juice Bryant, the tailback. They play action fake. Davis with some time, steps up in the pocket and runs into one of his players and like 3 Moody players. Just ran out of real estate, ran out of time.
Well, good decision. You isn't going to force the football at this time of the game. You don't want to put the ball in your opponent's hands.
And that goes into the stat book as a sack, but he steps up in the pocket.
It's called
enough.
a smart sack.
Yes. And because, I mean, you don't lose that much yardage.
Right.
I mean, most of the time you see guys take 7, 8, 10 yards on a sack.
Or try to force the football in and get intercepted.
This only a 3-yard loss back to the 46.
There's a smart sack and there's other kind of sacks.
Delayed give to Jalen Minifield.
No, that's going to be good.
45.
This is going to be good.
Spins and gets tackled in bounds at about the 41-yard line. Good play call.
Yep.
Good execution. And even better, clock runs. Stays in bounds.
Clock runs, kept it in bounds. I always said with 2 scores, you don't even look at the clock till there's 5 minutes on it. Then the clock becomes your friend. But it's always nice to keep the clock running.
From the Big Red 46 to the Mooney 41. Gain of 12 to make it 3rd down and 1. 2 fullbacks broken on to the right. Everybody in tight. Hand off to one fullback, Kylie Hopkins, who has enough for the first down and almost broke out of there. And if he did, he'd still be running. But nonetheless, a good run to the 30, gain of 11, and the clock continues to move.
I like to call the backs close to the line of scrimmage. If you give the ball to the deep back, something some penetration could cause a loss or something like that, where the up back still has the power back leading him, enough for the first down and a whole bunch more.
Mr. Reuter, 1st down and 10 at the Mooney 30. Bryant and Hopkins, the tailbacks, or the fullbacks rather. Kylie Hopkins will get the call and will refuse to go down. That pile continues to move.
Looks like a scrum.
And they finally whistle the play dead as Hopkins gets inside the 25 down to about the 23.
About 6 yards for Steubenville.
Big Red comes out. Sometimes you're unbalanced, sometimes you're not. It puts a lot of stress on the defense. Where do you defend up? Do you line up, defend the football? Do you defend the formation? Coaches have different perspectives on that.
They mark him down at the 24. Gain of 6 for Kai Hopkins. 2nd down, 4 for the Big Red. Handoff near side to Jalen Minifield through a hole. 15. Jalen Minifield 10, 5 out of bounds. Right at that 5-yard line, actually the 6. With a burst of speed, Jalen Minifield. First down and goal now for the Big Red.
You'll see it again. They went unbalanced with a wing, which 2 extra offensive players over there, outnumbered the blockers, run power play behind it.
Gain of 18 for Jalen Minifield to make it 1st and goal from the 6. Minifield, the leading rusher on this team, the 5'10", 165-pound senior back. 30 carries for $165 and a touchdown coming in. Clock stops at 7:10. 1st and goal from the 6. Davis turns, hands to Minifield. Can he cap off his own long run? Almost.
Again, same play. It's a repeat. Same formation, unbalanced right, wing right, and first back leading the second back, and let him find it.
Gain of 5 down to the 1. And that clock continues to move. Big Red trying to go up by 16. Play clock at 8. Took a while for Davis to get the signal from the sideline. Play clock at 3. They snap it. Davis will keep. Davis will be stopped at the goal line, or just shy of it. Bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 1 again.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're using clock as a good thing here now. They're at the 1-yard line. They're going to be under 6 minutes. And
3rd and goal for Steubenville.
The clock rolls inside 6 minutes, 5:55 and ticking. Muntz in motion from right to left. Davis will keep. He's plugged up right away.
He sure is.
Ran into some stiff resistance.
Davis again with the keeper stopped.
Good job there by that Mooney defensive line. Gentile, Letlow, Dean, and Jones.
Leading the pack, the Cardinals on the stop. 4th and goal.
Look at it one more time on the team quick lane replay. Just ran into stiff resistance. And
Sure
then
did.
Zabel, again, from that outside linebacker spot, is all over him.
Right, I don't think the splits were as tight as they've been in the past, and there was a gap between the center and the guard, and that's where the penetration came.
11th play of the drive. 4th and goal from the 1. Can Big Red punch it in? Muntz in motion. Davis turns. Play action. We'll keep it. Davis, touchdown,
Down.
Big Red.
Yep.
Aiden Davis' 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Put his head down, dove for that plane, and Big Red goes up 16.
It's a good call. They've been pounding it, and you give that play action. You run bootleg, gives your quarterback the ability to throw it or run it. You're probably in some man-to-man coverage, so your defenders are dropping. Nobody in front, boy, and he just puts his shoulder down and gets it in the end zone.
Kingston Powell did not stand a chance on that play. Aiden Davis took him right on and into the end zone.
Right.
30-14 with 4:54 remaining in the ball game. AD's 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Caps off an 11-play drive. And Cole Bowers' extra point is good. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Big Red 31. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney 14. You want to talk about a coach's dream? You're up 2 possessions. You string together an 11-play, 67-yard drive in almost 6 minutes to score, to go up 3 possessions.
Yep. Now
That's exactly what Big Red just did.
Right. Now the clock is your friend.
There's the touchdown on the quick lane replay, team quick lane replay. Aiden Davis' 3rd rushing touchdown of the night to make it 31-14. Davis, an incompletion, but runs from Kylie Hopkins, Jalen Minifield to set him up. And one of the key plays was early in the drive, after an incompletion to make it 2nd and 10, 2nd and long. You're still in Mooney or your own territory. You find Brody Suckoch wide open over the middle for a 16-yard gain.
Just about midfield, yeah. And he got hit just as he released the ball. He still made a good throw. And, of course, Brody Suckoch made a nice catch, give him that great momentum, and then they start running the football down the field.
So Cole Bowers, who's had one heck of an evening, couple of touchbacks, a field goal, and perfect on all extra points that he's been out there for or attempted.
Big Red's been very fortunate. The Fabro's been the long snapper for 2 years. Brody Suckoch has been the holder for 2 years. And, of course, we know who the kicker's been for a few years.
This one on a line drive, almost went out of bounds, but it ran out of real estate, so they got to pick it up on the bounce. Doing that for Mooney is Ike Lake, and he's into the open field. Lake at midfield, 45, and out of bounds into Big Red territory at the 40, showing you that burst of speed on the Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff. And Mooney not going down without a fight here at home.
If Mooney needed something big to happen, it was right there on that kickoff. This gives them that spark, to keep them going in this football game. The clock is not their friend right now, and I see a flag back here at the 20.
It blended in. I didn't see it throw. And that's a illegal block in the back against the Cardinals.
Yep.
And that'll back things up. We'll see where they spot it, where the foul took place.
Well, he has the flag right at the 20, so it's going to be half the distance. Put the ball over at 10.
Yep. Take a look at it on the team quick lane replay. We'll see if we can spot the guilty party. Yep, right here.
Oh, yeah. Right at the 20-yard line.
Mr. Reuter 1st and 10 from their own 10 all of a sudden for Cardinal Mooney. Gentile in the shotgun. Big Red will bring 3. Throw to the out. Far side. Caught. Shake and bake by Powell. And Powell powers his way to about the 25-yard line. Number 0, Kingston Powell, the 6', 170-pound junior. Makes it happen. Gain of 15 on 1st and 10. Another Mr. Reuter first down now, up to the 25.
Yeah, we've seen that from the Mooney receivers a number of times tonight. They just catch that hitch route, that stop route, and get themselves out in space. A couple of good moves and end up at 10, 12 yards.
Powell line up slot to the wide side left. Aiden Page, the tailback for Mooney. He's to the right of Gentile. Big rush. Gentile's got to get it out quick. He does. Pass over the head. Almost caught by Dennis Clark. Jameer Falks in coverage for Big Red.
He had a lot of pressure coming from the backside. Number 31. That's Charlie Abbott. A lot of pressure to the backside of the quarterback. We'll see it again there.
The Big Red Band fired up in this one. All smiles, but for now. Still 4:11 to go. 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Big rush. Gentile's got to get out of there. He does. Almost running out of real estate. Gets the pass off. Incomplete. Being chased out of bounds by Travell Swift and Ryan Bice on that defensive line for Steubenville. A lot of pressure as there is an injured Cardinal near his own sideline, far side. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 from the 25 after the injury timeout here with 4:04 to go. Don't miss Thursday Night Lights next week. Beaver Local facing off against East Liverpool. It'll air live on WTOV 9, 7 o'clock next Thursday. And then Friday Night Rivals next week. Martins Ferry in St. Clairsville. It's a Belmont County clash between 2 county rivals. You can catch that game 7 o'clock, rather 7:30 I should say, live on Comet. Now next week, which games are you doing?
I'm doing the St. Clairsville Martins Ferry game.
So you and I will not be working with one another next week.
Okay, you have the Thursday game?
I'll be on the Thursday game. I'm actually off next Friday.
Okay.
My grandpap is being inducted into the Pitt Athletics Hall of Fame.
That's wonderful. Well-deserved also. Tell him I said congratulations.
I will. It'll be a special night.
Yeah.
He and his good buddy, the late, great Dick Grote, both going in together. And when the Pitt Athletics Hall of Fame was established in 2017, the rule was you had to be a Pitt alum to get in, obviously. My pap went to Duquesne. Dick played his college baseball and basketball at the Duke University. And they decided to bend the rule for both of those guys. For
rightfully so.
40-plus years together calling Pitt basketball. So it'll be a special night for our family for sure. So you'll miss me next Friday.
I will. And St. Clairsville, what great hosts they are down there. That's one of my favorite places to go. The press box is massive. They feed you well and treat you special.
Gain of 19 for Mooney on 3rd down and 10 from the 25. Actually, gain of 21, I should say, up to the 46. Whistle and a flag on the far side of the field.
It looks like we jumped a little bit there on the Big Red side. A little anxious. Yeah, we know it's a throwing situation. We want to get that good start on the pass rush.
Oh, encroachment against the Big Red. It'll move the football into... Yep.
There we see it.
It's 1st and 5 for Cardinal Mooney at 50.
Up to about midfield. Actually, the nose of the football in Big Red territory. 1st down and 5. For Mooney. Mr. Reuter 1st down. Big rush. Gentile throws. Pass is too high. The intended target, senior receiver J.J. Stevens. Good job by Brody Suckoch and Santino Haney in coverage. Haney, number 14, the 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Backup quarterback to Aiden Davis. And a really, really good basketball player.
I was going to say that they're going to be pretty good teammates on the basketball team.
Haney, there was a game in the Watnese Classic, the headliner game, it was them and Weir High. And Santino and G. Cross put on a show. It was one of the most fun basketball games I've ever seen, let alone covered in the Ohio Valley. Pass over the middle is caught by number 19, Carlos Gomez. We'll bring up a second down, very short. Or no, the sticks will move.
Yes, they are.
From the 44, needed 5, got about 5.5, 6. Of course, Santino's dad, Mike Haney, former football assistant, longtime basketball head coach at Steubenville. We'll have Santino, Aiden, who's going to play Division II basketball at West Liberty. Gentiles pass, incomplete. Will Taylor, named in the stat sheet a couple of times, a very successful player at the Lindsley School the last couple of years. He will, I would assume, still play basketball for Big Red. Cole Bowers, who is a very good basketball player, missed all of last year with an ACL injury. He's slated to return this year. Jameer Falks is another good basketball player for Big Red. So if you can't tell,
a fun year.
Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm excited to watch them play. Incompletion makes it second down and 10 from the 44. And of course, Ohio basketball all over the place now. They go to 7 classifications in basketball now. Pass out in the flat, into and out of the hands of Powell, the receiver.
It's a nice throw. Yeah, he's just anxious to try to turn upfield too soon.
Charlie Abbott in coverage for Big Red. .243 to go in this one. It's like Powell, the intended receiver, on a couple of those plays with some words to exchange to somebody out there on the field. Third down and 10. Gentile. Pass caught. Carlos Gomez, leading receiver for Mooney, showing you why there, and we'll move the sticks for a first.
No, we're fourth and very manageable.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong stick on the sideline. 4th and 5.
Kept the clock running.
At the 40. Can Big Red get off the field on 4th down? Good jump of the snap, but a little too good.
We had a good start.
Penalty marker.
Yep.
On the field.
Timing just like a quarter of a second off there. We'll see it on the team quick lane
Try to time it
replay.
up.
Little early there
Against the Big Red.
was Ja'Kai Lucius Muntz. 6 tackles on the season for Muntz coming in. From the 35, 1st and 10, pass caught by Gomez. Squeaks out of 2 tacklers, but can't get by Will Taylor, who upends him.
They're going to be short, possibly, from the look of that spot.
And it looks like they are, because Carl Pelini calls a timeout with 1:43 remaining. Look at it on the team quick lane replay.
He's fighting to get there and just can't make it.
Crozier and Abbott both had it look like a decent wrap on him, but Gomez, give him credit, was able to squeak out of there before Taylor stopped him. The Trinity Health Systems timeout. There you see Reno. Chasing win number 429. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. When I was doing baseball in the spring with the great Rich Donnelly, talking about Fred Hetherington, Big Red's baseball coach, who had been there for a very long time, started to read off some of his accolades, and Rich said, you know what that is? It's a lot of handshakes. Reno is 428
You congratulate a coach when they hit that 100-win mark, which is phenomenal. In this day and age, because nobody stays in the business that long. But when you're over 400, it's just hard to even imagine.
It's a win percentage of .834 for those of you keeping score at home. It's pretty good for over 500 games coached. 1st and 10 from the 24. Gentile will roll. Throw towards the end zone. Has a man just a little too tall for his intended receiver. Jameer Fulks in pursuit of J.J. Stevens.
Pass intended for J.J. Stevens.
Incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 24. Gentile's got a good arm. It was just a little too tall for his receiver. If Stevens was 6'10 instead of 5'10, he probably would have come down with that one. But anybody that's 6'10 playing football, I think, is playing the wrong sport. They should be getting ready for basketball season.
LeBron James at St. Vincent St. Mary was an outstanding. They thought he was going to be a football player coming in.
Rolling near side is Gentile. Pass into and out of the hands of Gomez, his intended receiver. Good job there in the secondary by somebody wearing number 83 for Big Red. And there is not a number 83 on the roster. Third down 10. Gentile missing one. Big Red tackler throws near side. Pass caught. Dennis Clark with a good tackle there by the Big Red secondary.
1st down.
But it keeps those chains moving. The clock stops momentarily at 1:14.
Started it again.
Fifteenth play of the drive for Mooney. Mr. Reuter 1st and 10. Now at the 15. He'll throw it out to the flat. Pass caught. Kingston Powell, shake and bake. Misses one tackler and is brought down on the play by Jameer Fulks and a couple of other Big Red players.
They've had 2-3 receivers out there doing a nice job yards after the catch. Getting the ball, getting the possession, and getting downfield. Breaking tackles and avoiding tackles.
Yeah, between Gomez, Clark a couple of times, and Kingston Powell, this Mooney receiving corps doing a good job, like you said.
I think so. And actually it's a pretty good football team, and it's a young football team if you're looking through their roster.
NFL season kicks off. Well, it's already kicked off. If you watched the Ravens and the Chiefs last night on WTOV 9, it continues Sunday at 1. The Steelers and offensive coordinator Arthur Smith heading to Atlanta, the team that fired him as their head coach. The Falcons Sunday at 1 on Fox 9. Then after that, Tom Brady making his broadcasting debut for Fox as the Browns host the Cowboys Sunday at 4:30. Watch them both live on Fox 9. A lot of Steelers fans, a lot of Browns fans in the area. Fox 9's got you covered for week number 1. I may or may not had a wager on last night's Chiefs and Ravens game that came down to that final play. Incomplete on 2nd and 1. I don't know if you saw it with Likely's toe. I mean, if he was wearing white shoes, they might have called it complete. An entertaining game to start the NFL slate in 2024. Defending champs, the Chiefs, start 1-0. The Ravens 0-1. I always say, whether you're a Steelers fan or a Browns fan in our area, and you sprinkle in some Bengals fans, the one thing we can all agree on is rooting against the Ravens. I've yet to meet, now if there are Ravens fans that are out there watching this game that live in the Valley, I apologize if I offended you, but I have yet to meet a Ravens fan in our viewing area.
There aren't many in this area, that's for sure.
And you get a lot of Cowboys fans.
Oh, we do.
Because of Chuck Howley being the
Warwood.
childhood hero of a lot of kids growing up in Wheeling and during that time. Clock stops at 36 seconds.
Well, the people in Cleveland feel that, the Ravens actually stole their team and just made sure they weren't called the Browns when they left there, and then they get to come back to Cleveland.
While we have a moment, let's take a look at our Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 495 play of the game. Jalen Minifield's interception to set up the Steubenville Big Red scoring. 3rd down 1. Gentile over the middle pass. Caught. Carlos Gomez, touchdown Mooney. And they're back on the board. Their first points in the second half. The Laborers Local 809 touchdown for the Cardinals to cut it to 11.
They need a lot of good things to happen in the next 33 seconds, but we've seen stranger things happen in this game.
You need an onside kick.
And a touchdown.
And another onside kick.
And another or a field goal.
And with only one timeout, there might not be enough time
left
to achieve that feat. Extra point up and true by Chris Claudy, the sophomore, after the Laborers Local 809 touchdown for Youngstown Cardinal Mooney to make it 31-21. Big Red with a 10-point lead. And if Steubenville can recover what is likely to be an onside kick, Big Red and Reno Succoch clinch win number 3 on the season. Next week, Big Red back at home at Harding Stadium against USO out of Pittsburgh. Mooney next week on the road against the Garaway Pirates. 33 seconds remaining. And the Big Red coaches and special teams players getting everything sorted out, positioning, things of that nature. A lot of folks in rain gear this evening. If you go home and watch this on the replay because you were here, hopefully you stay dry. I guess what makes it enjoyable, if you're cold and miserable out there and wet, you've got an S on your hat like that gentleman in the poncho, you're smiling from ear to ear right now, up 10.
Your team is giving you something to smile about.
Now, if you're on the wrong side of the scoreboard when it's cold and wet, moods might change.
Big Red putting their hands team out there.
On that front line, you've got Maddox Schoolin, Brody Succoch, Kylie Hopkins, Matt Fabro. No, check that. Nolan Blackburn and Landon Crozier. Those are the 5 that stand at the 48-yard line to our left on the Ohio Valley Buy Here, Pay Here kickoff. We'll see where it goes. Ball bounces into the hands of a Steubenville Big Red player. That looks like number 17, Will Taylor. Big Red recovers it. All they should have to do is take perhaps 1 or 2 knees, depending on if Carl Polini wants to utilize that final timeout. And Big Red on its way to 3-0. Started the season 2-0 for the 20th time in the last 22 years. Last year, not one of those times because they came up here a year ago and lost to Youngstown Ursuline in week 1. So Big Red avenging a week 1 loss here at Stambaugh Stadium in 2023 with what looks like a 10-point win tonight here on the campus of YSU. Santino Haney in under center for Steubenville. He goes to a knee. And will Carl Polini call that final timeout? It looks like he will not, as both teams come to midfield. All they need is 1 knee, and it looks like Big Red will come out of here victorious. The final score, Steubenville 31, Cardinal Mooney 21, Big Red 3-0 in 2024. We'll put a bow on it when we come back. You're watching Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals live on Fox 9 and across the WTOV 9 digital platforms. Steubenville 31, Cardinal Mooney 21. Steubenville 3-0 to start the 2024 campaign. It didn't start great for Big Red, but they were able to rally, put together some long scoring drives, and come out on top in this one. With that, let's take a look at our Laborers Local 809 player of the game. Number 15, Aiden Davis. A passing touchdown to Zaire Scurry to get things started for Big Red after a turnover, and then, of course, not one, not two, but three of those bad boys rushing touchdowns for Davis, and that'll just about do it for us here live on Fox 9. Laborers Local 809 player of the game, Aiden Davis. Tony Filberto, I don't think there's much debate for that one. Your final thoughts in this one as Big Red goes home victorious?
Well, I congratulated Coach Suckhouse before the game. Come from behind 2 times. I've done it 3 times. That shows that your team has character, that they trust each other, they trust their coaches, and you learn a lot from wins. News
9 to 10 on Fox 9 at 10 o'clock. Sports Friday at 10:30 on Fox 9, 11:10 on WTOV 9. For my broadcast partner, Tony Filberto, and our hardworking production crew at WTOV 9, our director, Ian Phillips, our producer, Zach Medovic, I'm Jack Hillgrove saying goodnight and so long from Stambaugh Stadium. Again with the final score, Steubenville Big Red 31, Youngstown Cardinal Mooney 21. Good night.